All right, what's up, everyone? It's Nick Atkin. I'm so delighted to be joined by One Championship's atomweight champion Angela Lee. It's been a while, Angela, since I caught up with you about 6 or 7 months. And in that time, you've been pretty busy, haven't you? Training. How's everything going?
Everything's going great. Yeah, training really hard and super excited because I finally have the date for my next fight.
Yeah. When did you start the fight camp? I think you put it on your Instagram, but it's been a few weeks that you've officially known it's going to be March 26th against Stamp Fairtex, obviously the winner of the atomweight Grand Prix.
I've been training for a while now. Um, just got notice of the date maybe a couple weeks ago. But I've been having an opponent in my mind, having Stamp's name in my mind since she won the Grand Prix. So yeah, we've been training for her, and very excited to put together a game plan for
It's a bit of a relief to know who you're actually fighting now, because for so long you didn't know who you're going to be because there were 8 women in the tournament and it could have been any one of them, although Stamp was obviously one of the favorites for a lot of people. But yeah, is it good to know the skill set you're going to be facing?
Yeah, of course. I didn't really stress myself out too much. I just kind of, enjoyed seeing the tournament progress and enjoying the matches. And, when it got to the finale, I was very excited to see the outcome. And, yeah, very excited, even more motivated now to know who I'm going to be fighting.
Yeah, and it seems like you're in better shape than you've ever been, which is incredible given that you gave birth in April. You put a picture on your Instagram showing, it's been 9 months, I think, since you gave birth, and you compared the two. I mean, how's that come about? You've got with a nutritionist or something?
Yeah, it's really crazy because when I was pregnant, that was one of the things that I was worried about. Obviously, it's my first time being a mom and going through this pregnancy, so I didn't know how it was going to affect me. As I make my way back to the cage. But surprisingly, man, the weight has just been dropping off. I think it's due to the fact that I've been training a lot, but also taking care of my, nutrition a lot more, eating better foods, because I have to take care of my daughter. I'm still breastfeeding her. I'm still nursing her. And that combined with the amount of training that we're doing, I think that my metabolism is just, continuously burning. And I've never been in this kind of shape before, even before I was pregnant. So, yeah, it's one less thing to worry about. Don't have to be concerned about, dropping weight or anything like that. So it's weird for me. It's weird, but it's very nice. Yeah, it's very nice for a change.
How is Ava Marie? She's doing okay?
She's doing great. She's just growing so fast. When I fight, she's gonna be just shy of 1 year. She's gonna be just a few weeks away from her first birthday.
Yeah, it is mad to think. I mean, I just actually interviewed Ongla a couple of days ago, and at the end, he panned the camera around to the back of his car, and his daughter was there, and she's nearly 18 months now. And I remember when she was born. It's time flies, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
A sad note, though, I saw that one of your dogs passed away as well. I think it was Rocky. I'm sorry to see that.
Yes. Thank you. It's been a rough start to the new year for us, and it's sad, because they're like members of the family, and I've had him since 2016. So yeah, it's really sad, but we just try to remember the good times.
Yeah, I think so he was going through the same thing when she fought against Denice. Her dog had just died. How difficult is it juggling that while you're preparing for a fight? Is it something that is difficult to put to the back of your mind, or what?
I think that if this had happened before I had Ava, before I was a mom, I think it would be a lot harder for me. As it was for me and my husband Bruno, like, we love Rocky so much, and we were crying for like a week. But we have to stay strong, because we have our daughter to take care of as well. So there will be moments throughout the day where we'll be sad, but we have to pull it together. But yeah, like I said, we're just trying to remember all the good times and the good memories we had with him.
And what's it like juggling the mum life while you're doing the fight camp as well? I know you've got the family there to help you out. That must be crucial, right? You can they can take care of the baby while you're doing the training.
Definitely, very, very grateful for my husband, for my mom, my dad, my siblings. Um, they all just love and adore Ava Marie, and my brother's daughter as well, Aaliyah May. So we have our two girls always on the mats with us when we're training, and I'm very lucky to know that my daughter is well taken care of while I'm, working, training. I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Also, well, yeah, just wanted to get your thoughts on the matchup then with Stamp. What are you expecting from this fight then? How impressed were you with her in 2021? She fought 4 times in MMA, lost the first one, but then, from my point of view, she seemed to just get better and better throughout that tournament.
I was preparing myself for any of the girls in that tournament because I knew that the winner, would come out a better fighter in the end because they had all that experience and, 4 matches within like a year. And so that's great. It's going to keep you sharp. And obviously that's going to be a big advantage towards her. I know that she's been improving her MMA game, rapidly. And I think, we have a good, kind of feel of what Stamp's going to bring to the fight. And we're preparing for that.
Yeah, I remember I think it was, I want to say like May 2020, I spoke to you and you wanted this fight. You said it was a money fight. Are you glad Stamp was the one who has emerged as the victor in this tournament? Do you feel that of all the fights out there, this is the biggest one for your big comeback?
I think it's a really great fight for me and for Stamp. I think that because the fans have been asking for this fight for a while now, even before the tournament was announced. So, they finally get to see that matchup. And I think it's great. I'm excited for it. And I know she is too. So definitely it's going to be, can't come soon enough.
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. And I know that there's going to be 12,000 excited fans there as well in the Singapore Indoor Stadium. You've kind of missed the whole no fans era. Is that something it might be a coincidence, but are you glad that you didn't have to fight in an empty arena? Do you have any thoughts on that?
So for me, it's kind of like just getting back into it exactly how I left and exactly how I remember, with the fans, the live crowd, and everyone in attendance. I know Christian and Victoria have fought in, empty stadiums where it's quiet. You can just hear everything. And it's a different feel as well. So for me, there is going to be nerves coming back into, the cage because it's been a while, but that's what the training and the drills and the rounds are for. And, I think that having a little bit of nerves is always good to keep you on your.
And something else that has changed though, when you come back, there's going to be bonuses now, $50,000. I'm sure you would have been eligible for a few of them over your time with some of the finishes you've had. Is that something you're thinking about? Is it something you should think about? How do you feel about it?
Definitely, it's a great incentive, I think, for all of us fighters. But for me, that's kind of just, if you look in the past, my past fights, the way that I fight, it naturally is exciting, and I'm always going for the finish. So I think that, it's not something that I'm thinking about, like, I'm going to be going for the bonus, but I think that my style is just naturally exciting and always going for the finish. And I think that will, probably lead to a bonus.
We'll see. And another thing one had, they've changed recently. There's going to be no more reviews. I know your brother fell foul of one of these reviews, and there was one in your division as well, Ham and Denice. What do you think about this? I know you say never leave it in the hands of the judges, right?
Right. It's so hard. There's been, a lot of bad calls from the judges, and it's frustrating because as a fighter, of course, we're always pushing to get the finish. But sometimes at the highest level, it's not as easy, and we want to make sure we train so hard and we have so much on the line that we want to make sure that even if we don't get the finish, we do enough to get the decision in our favor. And sometimes if that doesn't happen and it's bad judgment, bad calls, and it's so frustrating. I mean, in the recent fight with Supergirl and Barbie, yeah, I saw that fight, and then as a fighter, as a third party, yeah, it's very clear to see. So it's frustrating, and if they don't have if they're not going to be reviewing the fights, I don't really know what they're going to be doing. How us as fighters can contest a bad call. So yeah, but moving forward in this next fight, you're definitely going to see I am going to do everything in my power to not leave it in the hands of the judges.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. What avenues do you think you might have to question things? Is it a case of just improving the judging in the first place?
I think that things just need to be a little bit more transparent, like what is the criteria that they're judging off of? We have the global rule set, for everyone to see on one's page online, and I just think that there should be some accountability.
All right, and yeah, talking of that review in your division, do you think Ham and Denice should run it back now? Maybe on this March 26th show? Would you like to see that to determine your next contender?
I think it's a possibility. I think there's a lot of interesting matchups that I'd like to see happen. And now that the tournament has finished, I think that, I'm not really quite sure. I think that it would be interesting to see if, they put some atomweight fights on this March 26th show. Just to see, a clear list of top 5.
And Xiong Jingnan been saying your name again after her last win. She says she wants to come down to atomweight and challenge the winner of you and Stamp. I know you want that trilogy, but are you more likely to want to do it at strawweight?
Yeah, I tuned into the last few fights that she's had, and honestly, me along with the rest of the fans, and I'm pretty sure I heard Chatri saying as well, is not too impressed with her performances. And I think that you can really see that in her last few performances, she's been playing to not lose, and instead of playing to win. And there's a big difference there. So I think that after my next fight, March 26th, we'll go from there. But I think that as a person who's always looking to finish the fight, right, I think that it'll be a very interesting matchup. She says that she took it easy on her opponent, the last kind of thing. I don't know what kind of excuse that is. We're in the fight business. But I definitely like to run that back at strawweight.
Yeah, is that something you have set as a goal for 2022 to maybe become the champ, 2 belts?
I don't want to rush things just because I know there's a lot of girls in my division now, a lot of contenders. But that is a goal of mine, whether that be in this year or next year. Having that trilogy fight or capturing that strawweight belt is a huge goal for me still.
And another fighter who wasn't too impressive, I think it's fair to say, in her last fight, Mengbo. It didn't work out for her well. Strawweight on her debut there, Tiffany Teo got the finish. I know you had some choice words for her before, but did you watch that fight? What did you think of her move up?
Yeah, I did watch that fight. It wasn't too impressive. I think that you can see improvements from Tiffany. She had a good performance. Interesting to hear that she wants to drop down to atomweight too. It's like there's going to be no one in the strawweight division.
Yeah, I mean, Chatri said he signed a bunch of world-class strawweights. He said to fill out that division. I mean, I haven't seen any names yet, but is that something that excites you as well? Because it's a kind of a thin division, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? That's how the atomweight division used to be, and so it's exciting that there is just room for growth for the women in the strawweight division. And that is something that I'm interested in, in playing in both divisions. And but yeah, one thing at a time. I have a big fight ahead of me, so that's what I'm going to focus on.
Absolutely. And I want to ask you this as well. I'm sorry, I don't want to piss you off. Istela Nunes, she was talking about you recently in your title fight, and Chatri was on Ariel Hawani's show, and Ariel asked about it. Chatri said she's a bold-faced liar and a steroid cheat. Did you have anything you want to say to respond to her comments saying you missed weight for your fight in 2017, I think it was?
Yeah, so I mean, this is the whole thing, right? Istela, she was supposed to have her UFC debut years ago. She got caught with steroids, which I'm pretty confident that she was also using steroids when we fought. Anyways, so that got pushed back, and then she recently had her debut, I don't know, a few months ago, whatever. And I think she was just trying to stir up some hype and making up whatever kind of lies that she can think of to get her name in the news. And I didn't even want to address it. I didn't, just because I don't even think it's worth addressing. But for the record, for everyone out there, I have never missed weight in my fight. And a lot of people are speculating that, oh yeah, Angela, she missed weight so many times, and I've never missed weight. It's been really tough a few times with the hydration, like making sure you pass hydration and making weight. There's a few times that with that fight, because I was sick and I was on antibiotics, it was hard for me to pass the hydration test, but they gave me a few hours and I was able to come back and pass both tests. All the officials are there. I don't know, her claims is that I was missing weight from like a whole division. I'm like, are you crazy? I don't know. You can't believe the things that people would say, to stir up some news. So,
well, yeah, I wanted to ask you. So, thank you for responding. I didn't want to annoy you. I know it must be annoying having to respond to that for the last 3 years or whatever it's been, 4 years. But anyway, yeah. All right, thank you.
Here's one thing that I would like moving forward. I think I saw in the last one championship show is that they're making it accessible for people to view, the weigh-ins and the hydration, how things are done, because I think that was a little bit, I don't know, people weren't accustomed to the way they were doing things, and one with the hydration tests, the weight checks, and sometimes it's behind closed doors. So I do think that it is better now that it's open to the public.
Yeah, it was on YouTube, I think. Is that a positive step forward for you? Because as you say, some people have questioned it because they don't really know what's going on. It's all about a bit more transparency, right?
Yeah, even before I wanted to post hey, made weight and stuff, and they didn't allow us to do things live while they were doing the tests and stuff. I would always have to post it afterwards. But yeah, so many people throughout the years have just been like, Angela Lee's, she's cheated so many times and they're protecting her and so I'm like, you know what? It's going to be transparent for everyone to see. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. Definitely. All right. Well, I've taken enough of your time. Thanks very much for talking to me. Just what's your final message to everyone? March 26th, Angela Lee against Stamp Fairtex for the atomweight title.
I just want to say, make sure you guys tune in. For those of you in Singapore, buy your tickets early because this event is going to be sold out. And I'm looking forward to being back. So can't wait, guys.
All right. There you have it. Absolute pleasure, Angela. Thanks for speaking to me and good luck for the rest of the camp and hopefully catch up with you again closer to the fight. Cheers.
Cheers.
Take a move in the ring. You can hit